Hey, what is up, y'all? So this is my review for Saw X. I'm not a Saw fan at all. Like Saw was never really my thing at all. I mean, I'm aware of Saw. I've actually seen Saw before, but I'm not really sure which movie it was. I saw it on TV once. I'm not really sure which movie it was, but I'm not really a fan. I've never really seen all of the movies, but I'm aware of Saw. I know what it's about. So like I thought I'll give this movie a go because I'm trying to like get into other subgenres of horror. Wait, Saw does come under horror, right? Because I'm not really sure. Because I started watching like Scream and Halloween last year, this year when it came out in the theaters. So I thought, you know what, I should give Saw X a go. But again, I'm not even sure if Saw comes under those categories. So again, I know what Saw is about. You know, it's about this old man. He kind of does these traps to trap people, and like he want to test their will to live, whether they're willing to like escape these gruesome traps, which it's pretty deadly and gory. To see whether they'll do what it takes to survive, right? So this movie was good. All right, this movie was good. All right, let me get to it. This movie was good. I liked it. I actually get why he did what he did in this movie. Like, he had cancer, and then he trusted these people that they could actually cure him, and then ended up being a scam. They took his money, and he wanted to get revenge and put them in all these traps and stuff. And yeah, I totally get it. It was a good movie. It made sense. But from my understanding, I thought Saul was supposed to be a bad guy, though, right? Like, because even after because that's what I was thinking. I thought Saul was a bad guy. Actually, even after watching this movie, I went on to Google. Wait, is Saul is a good guy? Because I'm pretty sure he was a bad guy. He's a villain, or he's a horror villain, right? Like, because this movie really made him look like a good guy. Especially I read that this movie is supposed to be between Saw One and Saw Two. I think I'm not sure Saw One and Saw Two or Saw Two or Saw Three. I don't know. But somewhere between there, this movie is supposed to be set. And I kind of spoiled myself a little bit for Saw 1 and 2 because I just wanted to know about this movie. And Saw 1 and 2, he does set up these traps for these people to escape. So why would he, in between Saw 1 and 2, all of a sudden go on a side quest to be a good guy? And then go back to Saw 2 to being a bad guy again and making these traps. You get what I mean? Like, imagine if Halloween, for example, they just randomly made a movie about Michael Myers somewhere set in between the timeline, where all of a sudden he's a good guy, and the movie goes on to show him as a good guy, and then the next movie he started killing again. You get what I mean? Like, it would make sense. So I don't know why in this movie they made him look like a good guy because that literally I didn't really see him as a villain at all in this movie. He literally looked like a good guy who was trying to get revenge because he was scammed, who cheated him out of his money because they kind of told him they could treatment out of the cancer, give him treatment for the cancer. So it totally made sense. But this movie, I could not feel him as a bad guy at all. It just don't make sense for him to go from Saw one bad guy, Saw two good guy, Saw three bad guy again. No, wait. Wait, so Saw 1, bad guy, Saw X is between 1 and 2, good guy, and then Saw 2, bad guy again. Like, it just don't make sense. Like, the example that I just said before about Michael Myers, for example. It just don't make sense. So as a standalone movie, I would say it would have been it was a good movie, I would say, but since it's connected to this whole franchise, Saw, it just don't make sense. Because like they really made him look like a good guy in this movie. Like for example, like in the first like in the beginning in the hospital where he sees this worker who tries to like steal a watch, and then he kind of imagines putting the worker in like a trap to like suck his eyeballs out, and then after that it seems like it was just all in his head, and then when the worker put it back, he was like, "Good choice." I'm like, okay, wait, I like, all right. So like he kind of applauded him for like that made him look like a good guy. You know what I mean? And even like later in the movie, they made him look like a good guy, like when he was trying to save the kid, and even his traps, like for one of the people, he actually made the traps a bit easier for this girl. Like I feel like she had the easiest one, because like hers, like all she had to do was just cut off the chain from her arm and her leg. But she listened to the one of the women who was the evil doctor, where uh She asked her to like cut off the leg chains first, and then she could swing over. But then the radioactive thing kind of fell down and then still melted her anyways. So I feel like hers was pretty easy. She could have just cut off the leg chains. Like she didn't even have to like cut off her leg or like do any gory stuff like all the others. Like one had to cut her leg off, another one had to put like a you know yeah in the brain and stuff. Like yeah, that was kind of messed up. So um yeah, so like it made him look like a good guy a lot. So that's just what like it just don't make sense. Like why would he just become a good guy and then the next movie become a bad guy again? Um so yeah, that was the thing. Cause I was really confused because I always known like Jigsaw's a bad guy. You know, he's a horror villain. People always talk about him as a villain, but like okay, this movie he's a good guy. Wait, I was confused. Like literally after watching the movie, I straight away googled it. I'm like, oh, no, he is a villain. So why is he a good guy in this movie? They made him a good guy even as like at the ending scene too, where the evil doctor like put him and the kid on the seesaw type thing with the I think it was blood like pouring on their I think blood or oil, I'm not sure, like pouring on their face and stuff. Like they made people feel bad for him. You know, like I don't think that's what you're supposed to do for somebody who sets traps for people, like to, in a terrible gory way. But yeah, that just didn't make sense to me. How he was all of a sudden a good guy for this one movie, and then he's just gonna go back to being a bad guy the next movie. And I don't see a lot of people talking about this too, to be honest with you. Like I've seen a little people talk about it, but most people are I don't know why they're completely ignoring this fact. But honestly, I thought it was a good movie. If you just look at it as like a standalone movie, it was great. But if you try to connect it with the other movie, just don't make sense that he's a good guy now. But I liked it. Actually, I liked it. So yeah, I'll probably check out all the previous Saw movies too. You know, after I watch it, Scream, Halloween, and all the others. I haven't checked those ones. Like I've seen the latest ones, but not the previous ones. They're like Saw X. So yeah, I gotta watch it. So. All right, that is all for Saw X. So I like this movie actually. It is pretty good. That is all for this review. So if you enjoyed it, give this video a like and comment down below what you thought about the movie and subscribe to the channel for more movie reviews. So till then, I'll see you next time. Take care. Goodbye.